Have you done anything for yourself this week? One of the big things that I found over the last while is that, shall we say, the entrepreneurial mindset, or the workaholic mindset, for want of a better way of putting it, is that leads you to just kind of wanting to be efficient and want to be productive all the time. But it also means that you end up working all the time. So whether it be that you're building a business, or whether you're working in a job and you're building a business outside of that, a lot of these things just mean that you'll end up working 24/7. And anytime you get off that you should be working in some sort of time for yourself to actually have downtime and to regenerate and recuperate, you actually spend that time working, because either you feel guilty when you're not doing it because this is something you want to do, or you just haven't really thought about it. And for me, I've spent an awful lot of time, in the jobs that I've been in, is that it's just work, work, work. And that's the way I look at it, is because obviously more work means more production, more productivity, better efficiency, you get more done, you get closer to the goal quicker. But the other side of that is that you need to work in time there so that you actually do things that you get enjoyment out of and they're not work related. And time for you to actually shut your brain down and give it a rest. Because if you don't work in that time, that rest and relaxation, whatever it means that you're doing, you just hit burnout. You get tired, you get frustrated, and it makes it harder to work. So you need to make a habit of doing something, and it's kind of, I've been very bad at being kind to myself, if you like, and actually going and doing things that will help me keep, fit, balanced and healthy. And that some of those things, like I was talking to a friend of mine recently, and he was saying the same sort of thing of like that sometimes when you do those things that you're not used to doing, that you can feel good after them. That helps to keep you balanced and helps to keep you in better form. And that if you can make a habit of putting those things into your actual daily life, weekly life, monthly life, whatever it is, to give yourself a break and to help yourself get re-energized, whether that's like going and spending a day in a spa, or getting a massage done, or going for a walk, or spending an evening out with family or friends, whatever it is, you need to build something in there that's kind of downtime. That's not very, very high brain power time. That's not struggling to figure something out. And it just gives yourself a break. And that was one of the things that I'm learning to do now, is that I need to build that in. Because if I don't build that in from the beginning, then it means that I'm going in with the mindset of, once I get the business up and running, once I'm making 100 grand a year, once I'm making £1 million, then I'll do this. But essentially, all of the guys that I've heard speaking who are top earners in any industry, they all kind of do it the other way around. That they reverse engineer it. That they take, what is it that I want out of this? And they go, how do I get that? So if that means that you always keep Saturday and Sunday that aren't work time, then it means you need to have Saturday and Sunday that aren't work time. Or if it means that you want to have a date night on Wednesdays, you need to book that in there. But whatever it is that you want, you need to book that in from the beginning and work around that from today. Because if you think that you'll get to a point where you'll change, it won't happen. Like I remember when I came out of college, I went to work for a company and I spent 6 or 7 years working in there. And I was just working longer and longer and longer and taking less holidays and not looking after myself. And that was one of the things that I learned from then, was that you have to bring it back, get yourself into some sort of balance on a daily basis. And then if there's something that you could do to give yourself a treat for yourself. I used to feel guilty about that because I felt that I needed to look after everybody else or all these other things, but it just meant that I never actually gave myself time. Whereas when I bring it back to myself now and work from that way out, that if I look after myself and I work in things into my life that help me feel better and help me keep balanced, everybody else benefits from that. And I benefit from it. Because it means that you don't get tired, you don't get ratty, and it doesn't get halfway through the year when somebody comes in and says, hey, how are you? And you're kind of going, you're just getting snappy because you're just irritated and you're not letting yourself recuperate. It's just that thing of, you need to start that today. Be kind to yourself. Give yourself a break. go and take 20 minutes out. Whatever it is. You don't have to be working at high efficiency 24/7. And actually, the more times that you actually work into that time, your downtime, or your time that you're actually spending not thinking about work, you go away, you think about something else, and you'll find that things pop into your mind. When you go back, you're better, you're more efficient, and you have better ideas. So start thinking today about what you can do for yourself. If that means spending money on yourself, if that means buying yourself a present, if that means going to the cinema, if that means whatever it is to you, go and work that into your schedule. Do that today. But make sure you get that in there like once a week, once a month at minimum. And for me, I'm working at once a month. Obviously, you do your things on a daily basis, do the best you can. But build that habit in there of doing something for yourself. So that you keep balanced, you keep energized, and it keeps you at full tilt for moving forward. Give yourself a break, give yourself a pat on the back, and keep going.